Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought today I would do a really quick eyebrow routine update. I have done a post about this on my blog before, but that was just using images to show you how I do this, and I thought that it would be really helpful for you to see a video as well. So the products I'll be using today include the NYX Eyebrow Powder Cake, Eyebrow Cake Powder, kind of a strange name. I like this because it comes with these two little mini brushes in case you don't really want to invest in full-size ones yet. And it has both a light kind of taupe brown as well as a warmer medium brown shade. This is in taupe and ash. It also has this brow wax, and that's useful if you have really unruly brows that you need to kind of get them all to move in the same direction. To apply that powder, I'm going to use this Sephora number 10 brow brush. I like this because it's nice and fluffy and kind of thick, if you can see that. By comparison to this other angle brush, this one is much thinner, and this is good for eyeliners. I like to have a nice kind of natural looking eyebrow, so I use one that's a little fluffier like this, and it's nice and dense so you get a nice straight line. And I also use this Spoolie brush. I got this at Ricky's here in New York City. You can get these probably at most beauty supply stores, or you can just go to Sephora and steal those little mini black ones. I don't think they really mind. And then once I have my brows in the shape that I like, I use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, which is basically hairspray for your eyebrows. It's really fantastic at holding them in place. So those are the products, and keep watching to see my routine. Alright, so I like to start using a method I learned from Lisa Eldridge, who is my idol. And she likes to kind of brush down like this, and then I take the warmer of those two browns in the eyebrow palette onto my angle brush, and just start by strengthening up the arch itself. This is kind of the part of your brow that I think you want to be the strongest. I don't have I think a lot of makeup artists, makeup gurus on YouTube, they do the really sharp kind of finish to their eyebrow. I really like that on a lot of other people, but for me, I just think it's a little too sharp. I like to just kind of be a little more natural, and so I use that warm brown all through my arch and the tail of my brow. I do that because the cooler brown, I think, is good for the front of the brow. So once I get that fill in, I like to just kind of brush it through, keep it very natural looking. So the taupe, the lighter brown, is what I'm bringing onto my brush right now. And I think that because I have a really cool skin tone, I don't mean that in like an awesome skin tone, I mean like cool toned. I have a lot of pink in my skin, and I just think that a taupe color, which has a lot of blue undertones, it looks more convincing against my skin. And the front of your brow is kind of where you want things to be the most light, and you know, that's kind of where you want the product to be the least dense, and so it needs to blend in with your skin. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, as you can see, I just kind of, as I go, continually brush through because I don't want any harsh lines. And yeah, the main thing is filling in right here. I have like kind of a little gap naturally that makes my eyebrows more kind of rounded. So I like to just fill that in. And that's what I'll do if I'm in a hurry and I don't have time to do, you know, the kind of whole shebang. I'll just fill in this area, and I just feel like it makes my brows look more structured. And yeah, that's kind of it. And in terms of brow grooming, I waver. Like sometimes I've had my brows much thinner. I've kind of plucked a lot under here in the past and gotten a really kind of high arch. Right now I'm kind of in a more natural state, although I do pluck, you know, strays that are under here, over here, and in the center. And I don't really mess too much with the middle of my brows. I've done that in the past, and it's just kind of, as you can see, I have more of a gap here now, which is from, I think, me over plucking and getting them to be shorter. And they're certainly not even, but I can kind of cheat that a little bit with powder. So I'll show you, basically I do the same thing on the other side, but I'll just show you on this side I actually have a chickenpox scar right here, and so the product doesn't really go down very evenly. So instead of, to get that middle part, I take product just onto the tip of the angle brush and just kind of go through that, and that fills in that kind of gap that I have. And then I'll just quickly do this other one. You can't see, but yeah, same situation, just kind of filling in the top of the arch to make that a little stronger. This brow that I'm doing right now, my right brow, is kind of my like ugly stepsister brow that never does what I want it to do, and the hairs go in different directions much more than the other one. But there's not really much you can do about that. Yeah. And last, I take the clear brow gel. Again, this stuff just like, oh, it holds everything in place so well. I used to use the Maybelline clear mascara for this, and I thought like, oh, you know, like it does what you would expect it to do. I didn't really expect it to have holding power, but I mean, it's just such a huge difference. Like, especially now that I have bangs, I could never do my eyebrows before if I had bangs because they would get in there and move everything around. And now that I have this product, like, they don't move throughout the day. It's really kind of incredible. And that's about it. As you can see, I like to brush up and then kind of smooth them down. I think it just gives a nice lifted and kind of awake look. So that is my basic everyday eyebrow routine. I hope you found it helpful, and please leave any questions you have in the comments below. Thanks, see you later.